I am so thrilled that you are all here today because, as I said, we want to have a really remarkable discussion and dialogue, and people are going to be coming in and out throughout the day through our various panels. But I want to get us started by asking all the students in the room to please stand. It's early, but this gets the blood moving. Look at that. Okay? All right? So now I think we have something like 20 schools participating. So let's do a shout out where you guys are from. Where are you from? Iowa State. Ohio State. Ohio State. Go ahead. Minnesota. University of Minnesota.
Oh, representing GW.
Representing GW. More GW? Who else? Who else? Other schools? Middlebury. Sewanee. Green Mountain College. Northwestern. Northwestern. American University. GW. Okay, in the back. All right, over here. Who? Did I miss one? Colorado State. Penn State. Are you all from Penn State? I'm really scared. There are 6 of them. Go ahead. We got everybody? Purdue. Purdue. Come on, guys. All right. We got everybody? So that's awesome. All right, now, we can't have a dialogue. What? Don't sit down yet. Can't have a dialogue if we're not talking. So everybody else, please stand. And now what I'd like to ask you to do, and we're going to have 60 seconds of chaos here, I hope, because you can't have a dialogue if you don't know who you're talking to. So I'm going to ask everybody to turn around, move around if you need to, find somebody you don't know, and the first 30 seconds, introduce yourself, tell them what you think about food. I'll call the clock in 30 seconds and let you turn around someone else. Switch. Okay. I may not be able to break into this party, but let me ask you to take your seats. You guys know one another. You know one another. You're cheating. All right, everybody. You'll have more time to network later. We're going to have coffee breaks. We're going to have lunches. Because as I say, this is a discussion dialogue. Are we off to a good start? All right. Anybody got a dinner date yet? Anybody got a job yet? So as I said, what we're going to do here and what you're going to have an opportunity to do is you're going to have an opportunity to network with CEOs, to network with NGOs, to meet, where's Dennis Dimmick? Where's Dennis? Dennis in the back from National Geographic, talk about storytelling. You'll have an opportunity to talk to scientists and people you don't normally have access to, I hope, in a really dramatic way. We're also going to offer you, and some of these people are helping, as Dennis is, and you'll hear about it later, engagement opportunities. So students, if you're interested in interning, working, traveling, you'll hear that here. Mostly what we're going to do today is try to connect the story of food and agriculture and climate and sustainability with what it is you are doing, that you want to do, that is being done, the urgency of the problem, and where we're all going with all of this. That's the purpose. That's why we're here. That's why our food is food plus innovation equals what? Question mark. And you're going to be hearing a lot about that. This morning we'll start by laying out the stakes. What are we talking about here? As we move through the day, we'll look at some of the innovations and some of the really remarkable things that people are doing, that you are doing, that you've already told the stories of, many of you. And then in the afternoon, we'll move to look at the future. And we will have our first StoryFest prize. And our StoryFest prize will go to 2 people represented in this audience who will win a cash prize, and they will have an opportunity to travel with me, lucky you, to Rome to take your story and network with people at the headquarters of the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. Awesome. We'll do that. There will be other travel opportunities for you as well. I want to offer some thanks and a little bit of housekeeping, okay? Thanks to our friends and partners and sponsors who've made this remarkable day possible at Land O'Lakes, Bayer Crop Science, Monsanto, World Food Program US, the Gannett Foundation, Seventh Generation. When you'll get your swag bag later, you'll have a little something from them. U.S. Department of Agriculture, Revolution Foods. Is Jody here yet? Where's Jody? Jody's over here. Well, you'll hear about Revolution Foods, which is bringing more nutritious foods to kids in schools, right? Yes, sir. How many kids?
Locally here, we're 35,000 a day. Throughout the United States, it's around 1 million meals a day.
Okay, how do we get healthier foods to little kids? They're working on that. Food Tank, want to thank them. Fair Oaks Farm, are the McCluskeys here? Oh, they're sleeping in because otherwise they're out milking their cows. How many head of cows do they have? Do you remember? It's like a lot. A lot, like 15,000. There's a lot of milk there. Numi Organic Tea, the Discovery Communications, and Ops Ideas. All these folks have helped us make this possible. I also want to thank Kathleen and GW leadership for supporting this, and the unbelievable Planet Forward team. You'll see a lot of them with Planet Forward t-shirts. They're here to help. If you've got questions, if you need it when we go across for lunch, they'll be able to get you there as well. Some other housekeeping issues. Turn your phones on, and I'll help you get your Wi-Fi GW Connect in just a minute. Bathrooms are downstairs. The exits are here. Note them. I don't think anything urgent will happen, but if they do, we want you to get out. If something does, we want you to get out in one piece. We will be going across the street to lunch later. We'll have more instructions on that when that time comes. Cross the street carefully. We don't want to call the ambulance, even though the GW hospital is conveniently located just a few blocks from here. All right, so we want you to help us propel the conversation throughout the day. So if you pull out your cell phones now and you look for your Wi-Fi, look for GW Connect. You go to GW Connect, you can tap through that. You'll be asked to engage and you'll get a message back. That'll get you on GW Connect. And then you can use the hashtag throughout the day, Food Forward, FWD, Food Forward. This is being live streamed at planetforward.org. So on your, if you're tweeting or posting on your Facebook page, tell people to see what you're seeing at planetforward.org. And throughout the day, you may see people with cameras. If you want to offer a video blog, some thoughts on what you're seeing here, up on the second floor, we have what we fondly refer to as our red room. Green room is for guests, red room is for participants. We want to invite you in and you can offer your thoughts, look right into the camera, we will post it, we'll share it back with you, and think of it kind of like the photo booth for 25 cents, only this is video for 25 cents. Actually, it's video for free because you can just go on in there. All right? Keep your comments to about a minute or so. Those are the best ones that post, and have at it. So let's go. So why are we here? We're all here because we care about this. A lot of you are storytellers, and we're going to be using your stories throughout the day to propel the conversation. Several of the stories that you'll see are StoryFest finalists. We're here because we know we need to feed the world, and we're here because we want to learn from each other in a really engaging dialogue. And that's what this is going to be all about. I want to get us started with a video. A video that was shot by two of my students, Anahi Ruiz and Lauren Pollock. Is Anahi here? Where are you? All the way in the back. There's Anahi back there. So you're going to see her video. So the assignment was interview an expert. Well, that's interesting. I can interview an expert. What does that mean? Interview an expert and turn the expert into a story. The expert they talked about is a professor here who is a sociologist and a filmmaker. And she worked on James Cameron's big project, Years of Living Dangerously, which was a Showtime series this past year. Anybody see Years of Living Dangerously? Who saw that? If you didn't, check it out, okay? It's online. It's very dramatic. We had a professor who worked on it, and we had two students who interviewed her. Let's take a look.
I felt like in Bangladesh, like I really, for the first time in my life, saw the face of climate change. You know, seeing people who were living on the banks of rivers that were literally eroding in front of our eyes. I think film is a critical tool in in affecting change that can reduce the impacts of climate change. And I think also filmmakers have the task of showing people what the world could be like if they lived more sustainably, if they actually took action on climate change, and showing viewers what the world could be like if they don't. And I think seeing is believing. If we can't see what the future will look like, either bad or good, we don't know, we don't believe it, we're not going to do anything. And so this is a task that we have as media makers, news makers, to show audiences what their world can be like.
To show audiences what their world can be like. That's what these stories are about. I thought, Anna, you did a pretty good job with that, don't you? What do you guys think? Thank you.